Kia ora, aloha, welcome to the Pacific Way. It has often been said that a mother's love for her child is like nothing else on earth. It knows no limits or boundaries. Tonight's heartfelt and inspiring story about Nancy Battalaird and her daughter Teperu is testament to that saying. Let's take a look.
Ten years ago, Nancy Battalaird was making a name for herself as a journalist in the Cook Islands. Married in the mid-90s, the prospect of starting a family of her own was a dream come true. But this dream did not last. With the arrival of her eldest daughter, Teperu, Nancy's life took a dramatic turn. Medical examinations on the newborn child revealed abnormalities. Nancy gave up her dreams and career to be a full-time housewife and mother.
I think it's as hard as got a lot of things that she had to sacrifice. Before I used to be an outgoing person and especially being involved in the media, and I had to change all that because of my daughter, the love I have for her. It's hard to see it come to an end, but it doesn't mean that I left it completely, because it's impossible to have it now, to continue with the career I already set, because my daughter is demanding. She's very demanding, and she's happy when I'm at home.
Nancy's daughter Teperu can't walk, talk, is incapable of feeding herself or even support her body weight. Teperu's livelihood depends entirely on others. With disability comes stigma, especially in a country yet to embrace the issue, and Teperu wasn't spared the brunt of this.
To start off, in the Cook Islands, having a special needs child is like a shameful thing. I haven't seen anyone that time taking their child in the public disability because of the fact that people will talk about it. They'll look at that child differently from your normal child, and they reckon they should be locked up.
Nancy wasn't discouraged and fought hard to gain acceptance for her child in the Cook Islands. Her biggest challenge was to have Teperu attend school just like a normal child.
There's a school here where everybody is mixed, all the special needs is mixed in one classroom. The deaf, the handicapped, and those who can't walk and talk. And it's different from where we came from, New Zealand.
In 2004, Teperu, a private school, opened its doors to Teperu, the first child in a wheelchair. For children like Teperu, the school is a godsend. But in accepting children living with disability, the school must now provide the necessary facilities and infrastructure to accommodate their needs. Special ramps and walkways were constructed. Specialized teachers and caregivers were hired.
So she would come in for our developmental time, and just so she could have exposure to other children, so she could touch and feel and experience things, put Play-Doh in her hand, get her to do finger painting. Otherwise she never gets to touch and feel because she can't naturally reach out and do things herself. So that was the beginning, and then from there she ended up being able to come on the roll when we had room. And that meant we had to find a full-time teacher aide. The previous special needs children we had hadn't, they could have done with a full-time teacher aide, but we never had one. It was a matter of managing, and we had part-time parents or whoever to come and give a hand. But now we're in a situation where we must have a full-time teacher aide because Teperu needs one-on-one completely, and had, feeding, changing nappies, everything.
Like children her age, Teperu is included in activities both inside and outside the classroom. On sports day, she can only watch helplessly from the sidelines. Her only experience of the fun and joy of playing with classmates comes from feeling the ball. Including Teperu in programs like this is challenging for teachers with no formal training on special needs children.
You make do and you find ways, and that's not always easy. Like I say, especially, I said to teachers, you must plan for, if you want to do outdoor education, you can't just say, we're going for a walk on the beach, so you stay behind, because your wheelchair won't go on the beach. You must factor this child into your plan. But that doesn't mean, on the other hand, that you just, we won't go to the beach, we won't do climbing trees because this child can't. So how do you find, you need to give your class the best, but you mustn't leave the child out. So yeah, it's a huge challenge. Teachers have been really good. I think they've been very supportive. It's just not easy.
Teperu understands what happens around her, what is being said and done, but is unable to respond. Her only reaction is pointing to a yes and no written on a board.
Yes or no? She's look. Oh, good. That's a good.
She's often annoyed or frustrated by not being able to fully participate in class activities. However, her mother Nancy is always there to help her through it all.
Teperu loves coming to school. She'll play up if I don't get her ready to come to school. That's how keen she is, and she enjoy being with other kids, normal kids, and she felt welcomed. Get it? See if we can get it.
Teperu's been very good for the school in some ways, and in other ways it's been difficult. First of all, Teperu is a special needs student. She wasn't the first special needs student we had. She was the first one in a wheelchair, so that posed problems because the school didn't have wheelchair accessibility originally. When she was little, it wasn't so much of a problem because we could lift her over the gravel or wherever we had to go up the steps. But when she first came, the mum did a very good thing and a very brave thing for her, because people tend to hide away disabled children. They have in the past. She never did that.
Nancy is tired, but must go on for her child. In school, Teperu is as demanding as she is at home, and Nancy is there. Nancy is the only person who understands her daughter's grizzling moods, which can be distracting in class. In some of these moods, there are compassionate and sympathetic children in her class who cheer her out of these depressing days. On other occasions, when Teperu is fidgety, she is taken out of the classroom.
There was a time when we went through a period where she was just very distracting for long periods of time. We'd have to take her out because you have to balance all the time. You can't hold the whole class up for one person. Now that doesn't just apply to her. If I had a child who was, which we have had, whose behaviour just was interrupting and distracting everybody, I would do the same thing. I'd say to the teacher, there's a whole class to look after, not just that one child. If you've tried your best, pull them out and give them to me. It's not fair. It's not fair on everyone's progress. So in that way, it's not just her who's had that, but I think it doesn't hurt because it helps her to realise, I say, Teperu, you have to behave if you're in class. You must be quiet like everybody else. So same rules, everybody. That's important.
Nancy is grateful to Donna Smith and the Disability Action Team, DAT, for assisting them over the years. The challenge for mother and daughter is far from over, and their fight will impact other disabled children in the Cook Islands.
do it for you? Oh. Fort. What? Okay, it's your turn. You want to do it, eh? You don't want anybody to do it for you. Okay. Can hold your pen. Make it strong. One day you're gonna hold your pen all by yourself. Because that's what we're trying to do, so you can do it yourself. 6.
Awareness is really the key issue to developing more equality within the society, I think.
Donna and her team have a lot of work to do, but must first dispel the belief that disability is the price people pay for the wrongs of parents and ancestors.
Thus beginning to be more recognised within the Cook Islands. A lot of the people are kept or have been kept home a lot in the past just because of the belief system. People care for their children so much that they've kept them home because they think they're protecting them more. I think that's what's been happening.
Okay, what about if Edward take you for a walk?
Donna hopes that struggling parents like Nancy will be given the support from family and relatives, from the community and from national leaders. This means that the team tries to identify services to better help caregivers, to help parents like Nancy.
So we're still looking for, someone to come along.
We're talking, the more that we get involved and the more that we identify here, the more we realise that there isn't anything for help. We're identified that one of the biggest issues in the Cook Islands is that there is no services in terms of if someone did have an injury and had an accident, there's no rehab service. Those people or those children who have been disabled all their lives, a lot of the people that I've worked with, the reason why they didn't go to school is they didn't have a wheelchair. Half of them couldn't walk, but if they'd had therapy, a lot of them could,
But the lack of facilities for disabled persons is not entirely the fault of the government.
I think that's the problem as well, is that they're not aware. It's not that they're not doing enough. I think a lot of the problems is they don't understand what is happening, which is what we're about. That's why we have to try and promote it and make things more open so that the government will understand what the issues are. And I think from there, I think the support will come.
Donna and her team dream of an all-inclusive society where children with disabilities are embraced and others recognised on streets of Rarotonga.
It shouldn't be like that. We're all people, so I just think integration is the only way to go. The sooner we do it, the better place this world's going to be.
Parents like Nancy, with children living with disability, have seen changes and hope more will come their way.
5 years we've been here. Already there's heaps of things that have been done for our special needs children. In fact, just probably more children are in school now, the ones on a wheelchair. And I give thanks to Donna Smith and all those that helped out. And but I still believe that should be heaps more to be contributed to our disabled children. Not only the children, but our parents out there still waiting for help.
But until then, Nancy's love for her daughter Teperu is a beacon of hope for mothers like her.
Welcome back, you're watching The Pacific Way. This year, the Pacific's biggest Melanesian state, Papua New Guinea, hosts the 5th Melanesian Festival of Arts and Culture. So tonight, we showcase the captivating talent and elaborate costumes of the host nation. Here is a performance by the PNG delegation at the 4th Festival of Arts.
They're performing 5 dances, but the one that they're now performing is called Sia. Sia is a song that is taken for initiation, for bride price, for feast. when there is initiation, people gather around to celebrate, and this type of dance is performed during the initiation time ceremony. As well as this group will be also using the flute. The flute is one of the instruments that they normally use to accompany the kundu beats during the type of dance. Sia is one type of dance, but it has different parts. But what I'm saying that we came here with 5 different type of dances. Sia is one of the dance, but there's components, it has parts in the type of dance which we are going to see today. We have 7 major tribes in Western Britain province, 7 major tribes. Within those tribes we have 25 languages. And within those 25 languages we have various type of cultures, customs that we have. And like for example, I'm from the Nakanai tribe. My way of dancing is different from what these people will be performing today. When we get to Numeha, we'll be performing 4 other types of dances. We have the tumbuan, where you have the headdress and the whole leaves, so coconut leaves covering the whole body. That is called tumbuan. We have 3. One from Western Britain province, the other one is from Western province. So we have only 2 provinces. And we have our students from the university with the Faculty of Arts. I think we call them Profile Unity. So there are 3 groups representing Papua New Guinea to take part in this 4th Melanesian Festival. as well as there's a long feathers. It's part of the tumbuhan, but there's a special, it is well respected in that area, which women don't go closer to that. You will have to perform that at New Year.
Very interesting to see all people around the Pacific Island to see each other way of performing and each other customs and cultures.
We've come to the end of the show and we hope you enjoyed it. Remember, the Pacific Way can also be found online. You can visit us on Facebook and also on YouTube. Until next time, sapo, au revoir, lukim you.